Hi guys. Hi. Well, it's Tuesday, isn't it? Tuesday. I'm sure in a long, before Christ era, didn't call Tuesday. Must have another name, because we live in history, nah? After the conquest of the pardon me of the Asian civilizations. When I say Asian, I'm not talking about so thousands years ago. I'm talking about 10, 20, 30, actually 30, 40, 50,000 years ago. Because you see, the message today is a little bit of a history, okay? So, apparently, according to some people, we just embraced 2020. That's a lie. It's not 2020. It's 2020 after Christ history. Okay, we are much older than that. Okay, they use magic, black magic, dark magic, to keep us in this time reality, where you think you have to get old. Oh, look at me. I mean, how old do you think I am? I'm not going to tell you my age because I don't believe anymore in age unless they ask me. You see, they get you through that. Have you watched every time when you make a phone call for any company, they ask your name because your name is your company name. You are a company, okay? You are regenerate money for the multinational companies, okay? You are like a money machine for them. So they have to ask, what is your name? And then after that, they ask you the date of birth. This is magic. This is magic in the most sophisticated way. This is to remind you how old you are. So you go back and then you say to them, it's 5, 12, 85. So you look at 85, you think we are in 2020, aren't we? 2020. So you go like, oh my God, I you look like, oh my God, i'm I'm getting, I don't even want to spell it because word has got magic. So what I mean is to put you in a trance. Okay, the world is governed by dark magic. The people who's governing the world, they are into dark art, what you call dark art. Okay, that's right. You have to give the name, your full name, your first name and your surname, to see which family as well where you come from, and then your date of birth, because that's going to take you back, and then you're going to think, oh no, I am this age. No, there is no need for you to age. No, 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 no. I call she, you can call the universe, you can call he, you can call whatever you want, identify with her because I loved, my mom. So, she put you in here in this planet to thrive. We have got apples, we have got grapes, we have got blackberries, we have got bananas, avocado, peppers, tomatoes, and you name it. These all fruits that enhance your physical, appearance, and they strengthen your body. So, but you rather have that slice of cake for breakfast. I know. I'm a sympathize with you. You know. I know how you feel. Trust me, I know. Because if I tell you what I have for breakfast today, you would shoot me in the face right now. Okay? But what I'm saying to you is that we all have the potential to look younger every single year, what they call a year, because according, this video has been deleted from the YouTube. I watched this video many years ago and was a doctor, okay? And he said in his video, he said as well that the video would be deleted. He was so wise. But he said that our body regenerates everything, every single cell, every single organ, every 18 months. Some people talk about 3 months, 12 weeks, whatever you believe. So we all have the potential to look beautiful, even more energetic and amazing as we get more experience life. You see? So it's all up to us, okay? It's all up to us. Of course, a child is not responsible for him or herself. We are the parents. I was a lousy mom. I must admit, I gave my children, things that I shouldn't. I wasn't connected with my higher self. And the plus, I lived in a society, and which I live in a community, which is lots of gossip. If you're trying to be different in this community where I am, they gossip about you, they slag you off, yeah, you're asking me why you still there. That's not the question. The question is that what is it that we don't let people be what they are? Be what they are. What is it that we have the need to criticize, and marginalize and demonize our brothers and sisters? If your brother and sister wanted to have a banana and apple for their breakfast, who are you to say no? You shouldn't have it. This is not going to sustain you. If your brother and sister want to have some crackers and some eggs, and a coffee for breakfast, let him, maybe his body is asking for that. You see, this biologic machine is very intelligent, very intelligent. It tells you what well, your brain tells the biologic machine, but your biologic machine also communicates with you all the time. That's right. Some places, when you go to a certain place, you feel drained. You feel like you have got no energy, because certain places has been systematically designed to suck your energy. For instance, I was in a certain place and participating into a certain ceremony that I nearly fell asleep. Honestly, I had to tell myself to wake up. Honestly, I told myself 3 times, wake up, because it's like something was draining my energy. Draining, proper draining. My eyes couldn't stay open. As soon as I left that place, and by the way, this is a very prominent place. I'm not going to give the name because, I'm trying to be more diplomatic in here. Because Sagittarius are, when I read about Sagittarius many years ago, now what they are saying about Sagittarius now, okay, what they are saying about Sagittarius now is nonsense. When I read about Sagittarius many decades ago, was good that we were diplomatic sign. So, but we also can be blurred. So, soon as I step out from this place, and of course I got some fresh air as well, which helped, I start feeling more energized. So from now on, I will avoid this place because maybe there was something ritualistic, evil done in that particular place. You see, what science says now, guys, that Energy cannot be destroyed. Energy can only be transformed. So let's say that you sacrifice children for a certain entity. Now, because they talk too much about it nowadays, the energy of the child is not going to be destroyed. But I truly, well, I have a theory that they might have a technique to extract the person's essence, and that therefore the soul, they might have this technology. It's just a theory of mine. I wouldn't be surprised. Satan have all sorts now that he stole from the Most High. I use Satan as a metaphor, for what is evil in this world. So energy cannot be destroyed. So if there is a place that has been systematically used for evil intent, the energy is very much around it, isn't it? For instance, I read a book. I'm not going to give the author name or whatever it is, but apparently only in this area where I am, England, UK, the I have to use this name. The Romans destroy, kill, murder 70% of the population, 70% of the native of the English Isle. I believe was the British Isle. No, it was only England. Yeah, England Isle. 70% was murdered by the Romans as they arrived in England. So there are only 30% of real native of this island around it. Of course, they're probably dead now because with the system that the Roma established. So and 70% has been murdered in this island. Do you think those 70% of souls has incarnated, has departed from this physical reality? Perhaps they still very much here. This island which I reside is a very dense island. The skies is always gray, honestly. Really rare the skies are blue. Okay? When it's blue, people don't, whatever. So these souls, those spirits, is still very much around us. Because you see, some spirit, they don't even realize that they are dead. So if energy can never be destroyed, just transmute, so therefore you can destroy the physical biologic machine, but you cannot destroy the essence of the being. So we are interact with the spirit, which as I've already put in my channel about the spirit realm. According to some religion people, there are 7 heavens. I have been told as well that there are 11 heavens. So it's up to you to do your research. But let's assume there are 7 heavens, which basically in science is 7 7 parallel universe, parallel dimension, parallel dimension. So, and also, pardon me, people, pardon me. I read somewhere that the dimensions, they interact with one another. So, for instance, this room in here, this room, which I'm recording this video, could have entities, around here interact with, with me under the room. Are you with me? I remember I was in hospital, one of my section, hospitalization, and of course I was overwhelming, And as soon as I walked into the room, I put the television on, and this woman who was into paranormal, né? Which what is paranormal, beyond normal. And she enters in this house, and she could see the other people that living there in the past. So she said to the new family, "Oh, you have got some of them with you." So because I was already in a mental institution and I was dealing with my own issues, I switched the television off because I know the spiritual realm is real. I know. Okay? It's up to you which one you're going to choose to interact with. If it's the high realm or the low realm. You see, the people that think that they are ruining the world, okay, they communicate with the low realm, because this low realm, they need blood, suffering, fear, all these negative emotions that come with it to survive. Okay. In the high realm is more harmonic realm. They don't need all that. They don't need even you. They are blissful beings. What some religion call the angels. Which is really another name for your ancestors. Guys, some of you have ancestors going back to the 100,000 centuries before, years before, and those ancestors, they are so much willing to communicate with you, so much, honestly. Green tea with lemon. I got some lemon. So, we are the ones who close our pineal gland, pineal gland, and our sense to shut down everything so we don't communicate with them. That's right, loads of us. I did as well, guys. I did use cannabis, other drugs, what the people now are calling recreation drugs, you know and which some people call psychedelics. What is psychedelics? To communicate with the psyche, you know. So we trap our way of communicate with them. Of course, people are talking about certain drugs that open the portal of communication, but which spirit are you communicate with? Hmm? That's what you have to ask. That's right, discernment is very important when you open the door for communication with the spiritual realm. Ask them, where you come from, who are you, or you could write or you could verbalize. Well, avoid doing that in front of people because they might put you in a mental institution. Nowadays everything is a mental institution. Everybody's crazy because there is agenda on your asses for you not to be able to communicate with the spiritual realm. Okay, they do all the time. The evil of these people, this evil people, they communicate with the spiritual realm all the time, but with the low realm, which some people call the microbials, microbials, the low realm. This realm desire blood, this, and this. This is the low realm that don't interact very much with the high realm. You know, uh, they are in purgatorio, something like that, in a dance. You might have some, like I said before, you might have some ancestors that reside in them. Like I told you before, you can communicate with them if you need some dirty job done. But I wouldn't advise you so much. But it's up to you. You do whatever you do. This is a free will, free choice universe. Right. So the reality that has been presented to us is not really reality. Some people even talk about this as being a computer simulation, you know, something like that. I don't know if I buy very much into it, but it could be real, because I have die a few times and I come back to life like a cat. So, um, but you can always, return the clock back. Okay, that's right. The many clocks are around clocks because the time is a circle. Time is infinite. You see, you are infinite beings. Okay, we all are. Even the evil ones, the evil ones, they are infinite as well. But because they have accumulated so much karma, so much calm, so much calm. Okay, they know they want a progress to the high realm because they know that's right. They do anything to maintain themselves in this physical realm. They drink blood. They eat organs from other humans. They do all sorts. They oh, 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 okay, because they know the progress to the high realm is diminish due to the karma level. Okay, so that's right. There is so many people afraid of death. Okay, many. Especially in this westernized culture, many people are scared of death. Because deep inside they know the karma is too dense for them to upgrade to the next level of existence. Like I said, they will probably have to come back as a worm or as an ant or something like that, until they reach a certain level of a spiritual growth, and then they can come back as a dog, as a cat, but maybe this cat is going to be born in some country that cats are not well looked after, or dogs live in the street, you know what I mean. Of course, if they have been less evil and they have been through worms, frogs, ants, you said, they might come back as a cat in Istanbul because in Istanbul they like cats. So, look, there is nothing. They're trying to tell you that the universe was created with the Big Bang, and they also trying to brainwash you to say that the universe is chaotic. I had a friend, I got rid of this friend. He was brainwashing me with his philosophy. He was a druggie, he took drugs for everything. you know I gave him so much advice how to deal with his pains and the aches and things like that, but he would rather take a very very powerful painkiller, some powerful painkiller that people like to take as a drug to get high. So eventually, I realized this person was a blockage in my spiritual growth. So I said, go. We had a kind of argument, and then that's it. And this is not the first time I got rid of this person. I got rid of this. This is I believe this is the fourth time. You know. But this time I think will be real because the third time I accidentally got in contact with this individual again, and we started this whole friendship again, and didn't work. So this time I think I wish I am to be the end of it, because after every time when this person used to leave me without fear, inadequance, this person was, so this person insists in one of our conversations that the universe was chaotic. because it was chaotic, because chaotic. No, the universe has got law, just like every country has got laws. The universe operates in laws, which science call the laws of physics. The universe is not chaotic. She is not some lunatic person who would cause order out of chaos. Chaos. No. This is an illusion. This is a ideology created to make you believe that there is no purpose in life. Life is random. God is a stupid, fake, bipolar, psychotic bastard. That's the God that they present to you in your books. He is. He is. But the mean primordial force, she is a being of discipline, laws, you know, precision, perfection, you know. There's nothing chaotic in the universe. Have you seen the sun never came out as you exist in this physical reality? Have you ever seen, if anybody has ever seen the sun not being born in the mornings, please let me know. Okay? Maybe it has been in the past, and some science, some people believe that will be in the future. That's when we're gonna be off. This in Portuguese is fucked up. This. I'm teaching you now a rude language. This is fucked up in Portuguese. When you want to tell somebody to fuck off, you go like this. Okay? In Brazilian Portuguese. I'm not talking about other thing. I'm talking about Brazilian Portuguese. So the sun comes out every morning. The moon comes out every night. It's because we don't see, because she has her own law to operate. Or he. Remember, what they call he might be she, and the she might be he. They inverted everything. What is the truth is lie. They fucked up with our physical reality because they know let's see. They know they are not from here. They don't belong in here. They are not natural of this planet. They are entities that cannot survive for too long. That's why they do those rituals. They do those sacrifice. They steal children. They do all sorts. They do all evil because they are not in tune with the spiritual primordial force. Okay, they lost their way. Okay? Okay. So, you get old because you believe you are a certain age. I stopped saying my age 1 year and a half ago. What's it? Yeah, 1 year and a half ago, something like that. I have been some people have came to my reality to try to trick me about my age. It's not because I'm scared of not looking good or blah 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 blah. It's just because I know how the magic works. Okay, numbers govern this physical reality. Okay, so when you say, "Oh, I'm at this age," so you're gonna become that age. When I have to tell somebody my age, I always say I'm 21. Okay, 21 is a good age. I'm not too young. No, I'm just a good age, and it's a good number as well. But one day I was talking to this individual, and I could see that she was doing everything to get me to say my natural, well, what you call natural, and I was so smart. In the end, I remember she saying, "Oh, Neely," she went like this. I was like, "Fuck," and I thought this person was, some friend of mine. So now I have got no friends. I have got one friend back in Brazil. She calls me now and again, and she talks to me, Um, but apart from that, no. If I put my phone here and I talk to you for 10 hours, unless it's some company or something like that, or the bank or something, nobody will call me. Hey, and I am listening to you to say, oh, that's terrible. Like, oh, sorry. No, no, don't feel sorry for me. I have always been like that. Okay, since I was a little girl, I never really had that much friends anyway. I have never been able to really fit in. I think that's right. When I came into Britain, to England, no long after they decide to call me, to diagnose me with this condition, because I wasn't fitting in. I was so different of everybody. And it's good to be different. That's how she made us. That's how she manifested through war individually. But because I have had many experience with so-called friends, which I always find myself, having to defend myself, or to argue with a person. For instance, I'm going to give you an example. One day I was just passing by the shop, and I felt like getting a lottery ticket. Was a big jackpot, and I thought, I'm gonna get it. You never know, because I also see myself as lucky, lucky or blessed. My name is actually means blessed and happy. So, and I thought, So after I left the shop, I was already thinking, what I was going to do with this money. Of course, you have to imagine, that's why I love children. Children have a great imagination. And I remember when I was a little kid. So, I went to this particular friend. We were good friends, we were all each other's ass, And I was like, look, I said to this particular friend, I said, look, if you win, you're gonna have fun. She looked at me and she said to me, oh, come on, you're never gonna win. You see, this is an okay comment, but she didn't say that because it was just a random say. She said that, first of all, because she was jealous, because she never had any extra money to do anything like that. Okay. And the second, maybe because she saw the potential of me win, you know. And the third, she didn't really believe in me. And if you have somebody around you that don't believe you, what is the fucking point? So it wasn't just her, was another friend as well said that to me, you know. And I was like, wow, no, 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 no. Do you know, guys? Not very much after, I got rid of these individuals. I won 129 pounds. It's not a lot, but it's winning, okay? It's a winning. And I don't even know with how many numbers, because could be, I'm not interested in the quantity, I'm interested how many numbers did I hit. That's what I'm more interested, because I couldn't see because I gave to the machine, the woman in the machine, you know. But I was like, wow, for somebody who told me that I would, So it's not the money, it's not the lottery, it's not what she said. It's like if you have people around you that not believe in you, and it could be anybody, anyone, you must step back, analyze the situation, and then maybe you have to let the person go. Because if a person doesn't share your dreams with you, they are using that's black magic, guys. Remember, this is a weapon, to stop your dream. Because what is going to say? That person is going to put doubt on you, fear, with the only fear and the doubt. Remember, I have been friends with this person for a long time. This person, I used to give this person money after money. I'm not saying, I'm sorry for saying that. I don't want to be a big head here. But, when this person said that to me, I thought, Well, she's jealous because she never had extra money. Never, not even a pound. I'm not joking, not even a pound. Okay? And anyway, life, so I got rid of all the garbage in my life. I spend most of my days, reading, writing, doing math, because I'm very, you know, so, but I don't, I avoid desiring people like that in my reality. They are not making me grow. They stopping my energy, my spirit develop, you know. No, 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 no. I know what you are saying. But the lottery is not the spirituality. Hey, anything can be a form of a spirituality, okay? As long as you believe, right? That's what I believe, right? If he, that's what they use in the scripture, they use in your books, not to do this, not to do that, not to do that, because that's stopping your spirituality. Okay, certain things you're not supposed to do, yes, but let's say one day you have got extra coins and you just feel like putting the jackpot, and then you win. Hey, what is spirituality? Spirituality is to live in a ditch, eating for the garbage. That's spirituality, really? So do you think the universe putting you in here to drink dirty water? Yeah? Please, people. While some people call themselves so spiritual, oh, no, no, no. There are some people really dying in hunger. And the people driving Mercedes and the limousines and the all sorts. Spirituality all means to have a good physical reality, to have your physical your needs meet met. You need wash, you need a bed, you need bread. Well, not bread, but I know what I mean, food. You need food to eat, you need clean water to drink, you need a clean toilet. This is basic needs. You need a house to rest your head. This is not, people that tell you that um, I'm not saying money is spiritual. No, 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 no. But being good in life, have things in life that is helping you to live a good life in here is spiritual. There's nothing spiritual in poverty. Nothing, 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 nothing. Don't get me wrong. I know you're going to say, I know what you had. What about Gandhi? What about him? What about him? If he was that spiritual, that good, the situation in India would have changed by now. It's still the same. It's still the same nonsense in India. Just a few people are getting a wake up in India. But as you go in more notorious villages and stuff like that, people still suffering, hungry, and things like that. Come on. Did God really make the big difference? Yes, he did, but not that big. People still hungry in India. Some men still raping little children. Marrying young girls. Come on. So Gandhi was just like a sand, a grain of sand in a big ocean. He did some good, yeah, he did, but not that much. Just like Bob Marley. Bob Marley did some good, left some message. I still listening to Bob Marley's message. But there is going to be more Bob Marleys to come. This universe requiring more messages to give the message. Because remember, they keep killing the messages. They keep doing evil to them. Apparently Bob Marley was murderer. And I'm not going to tell you the story. You go do some research yourself. Bob Marley was reaching thousands and thousands and thousands of people. So they saw it. They killed him. Like Michael Jackson. You know, yeah, you're right. Money is not spiritual, but to have it as well is not no spiritual. Okay, if you have got loads of money, actually you can help others. Okay, you can. So what is not spiritual about that? Remember, we live in a physical reality. This physical reality must you must acquire money. Okay, and otherwise you're not gonna have electricity, and otherwise you're not gonna be able to pay for the internet to make this record. Try to live without money, and then you see how you're gonna end up. Unless, very good, I had you. Unless you go into the Amazons and the jungles of this world, you know, I wouldn't mind go there. Honestly, I am at the point of my life now that I would be quite happy just living from, a cassava, fruits and things like that in the jungle. I'm not so sure about the mosquitoes and things like that, but I don't think there's many mosquitoes in the jungle because, um, you know, I'm not sure. But I don't know mosquitoes. Ugh. But even mosquitoes is black magic. They make mosquitoes in a laboratory and they send to third world countries. I know, people. Please read a book. Stop reading magazines about who looks good this month, who lost some weight, who put the silicone implants on. Stop being silly. Stop reading the newspaper. Going to get a book is something, a good book, and then read it. You know, some of you can't wait to the next episode of Kadash. I remember putting in the Kadash. I was like, what? What is this? I used to watch crap as well, people, but hey, this is holy, holy. Can't put crap in here. You know. No wonder why the world is the way it is, because some of you cannot wait to watch the next episode of Love Island. Love Island? I have never watched. Thank you, God. Do you know another thing that I have never watched as well? Oh, yes, I'm lying to you. I watched once or twice. Was the Game of Thrones. Twice, I think. Yeah, I watched one, but I couldn't really get into it because, it's serious, so you have to know the whole story or something. But I was flicking through the television and I am fascinated about dragons. I am, just me. I have always been, always. I didn't know I was a dragon though, but I have, since I was a little girl, I have always been fascinated about dragons. So there was a dragon there, and there was this woman with this dragon. She was threatening everybody. I thought I'm gonna watch that. So I watched the whole thing. I couldn't really get into it, what was the fight about, but as long as it was a dragon, I was okay. And then I tried to watch the rest of the other one, but I couldn't because I never watched it. So, and now I don't even know what's going on in this world. I just knew there was some fight in Australia because it was on the internet and somebody told me, not because I don't care about the situation of the world. I don't need to watch the telly to know the situation of the world. Okay? So stop it thinking that you have to get old. Stop celebrating your birthday. Your silliness birthday. Celebrate, yes, of course. You don't have to stop altogether. But you tell your friends, look, you don't have to give me cards with the digitals in it. That you keep to yourself. Oh, but come on, how old are you? You at this age. Well, if you must give me a card with some digital, give me with 21. I like 21. You know, I like this age, 18 or something like that. Now play games. The universe is fun. It's fun. She's fun. Come on. It's so fun to climb a tree and get a mango from the tree. I have done in the past. My dad used to climb coconut trees to get the coconut from the coconut. It's fun. Nowadays, a kid can do that because it's neglect, it's child abuse, it's all this nonsense shit. I used to spend my time in the tree, climb the tree and look down on people and, have fun, you know, swim in the river. One day my brother nearly drowned in the river, so we got so scared that we never went to that river again. There was a dirty river anyway. They were putting the disgusting things in the river, so the river was clean. And after the building of some apartment, complex, and the river was filthy, and then we decided that we decided we weren't going to swim in the river anymore. But it was fun. It was really fun. Nowadays you can't because the rivers are all polluted, all dirty. So have fun. And stop thinking that this is going to be the end. For some of focus, it's going to be the end, obviously. But for some of you, you're going to be on living forever. Just like they say, energy cannot be destroyed. Energy, what is energy? Energy is you, your spirit, your essence. So make the most of it. Eat good. Yeah, I'm smoking. I heard you say, oh, she's having a cigarette. But leave me doing what I want. You do what is right for you. Like I said, this is not the fucker that is going to kill me in the end. My physical body is going at some point in this physical reality has to give in because it's biologic machine. It's matter. But my ancestor will go on and on, forever, for eternity. So we are not in 2020. We are in 2020 after Christ's story. It's a story. It's not history. It's a story. If he really exists, But remember, you can have a Christ, you can have a Yeshua as your friend. He could be an entity, what we call entity, now, but before was a human, which brought so much wisdom to this physical reality, and they murdered him. So his spirit could be very, pardon me, people, very much around us, So, to end that, the real right time is the 21st of March. That's your New Year's Eve. 21st of March. So you have got plenty of time to do your year's resolutions. Okay? In the ancient time, there was only 9 months. June and July was added in our calendar to glamorize, the Romans, entities. Julius Caesar, and June was a goddess of some sort of shit. I don't know what. So let's go to celebrate eternity. Don't look at the time. Time is ticking for some, but I know for some of you. Some of you are spiritual beings that came to this realm to raise the consciousness of our planet. Our planet is very much alive. Talk to her. Put your feet on the dirty. Take a look at my feet now. Look. Can you see? There. If I want to go outside now, in bed, my neighbor is always going, oh no, you're wearing no shoes. You're wearing no shoes. I grew up with no shoes. Now I have got 50 pair of shoes or even 60. I don't even know. But loads of the time I have my feet on the floor, outside in the grass. Of course, it's too cold, but I still manage to dig my feet in the dirty, Stop believing the nonsense that they say that you're going to get worms and stuff from it. Now they don't want you to connect with Mother Earth. You see, when you put your feet on the ground, you suck energy from Mama. You feel grounded, so every time when you a little bit, because we all get there, even me who have a high spiritual being, I'm a very high spiritual person. Yes, I smoke and this, but I am. So go outside and they stay in the grass, for at least 5 minutes if it's not too cold. Do whatever you have to do to raise your vibration, and then you gotta look gorgeous and beautiful like me. Enjoy yourselves. If you want to watch Love Island, do it. Do whatever you want, but I don't pollute my mind with nonsense. I have never been to reality shows and stuff like that. They put those people with perfect body, perfect image, 100 makeup, to make you feel inadequate because you think that you need that much stuff. Yeah, I wear lipstick, I like red lipstick, but that's it, no foundation. you know let's go to love ourselves intensely. They call some people like us, like me, and narcissistic, and this and that, blah blah blah. Not too much. Too much of everything is not good. Be a little bit narcissistic. Love yourselves. Look in the mirror and they say, "Wow, I look good." Independent what your size, your color, your hair type. Just say to yourself, "Man, I am beautiful. I am perfect." You know, People say all the time, "Oh, there is nothing perfect in this world." And there is. If you think you're perfect, I think I'm perfect. Look at my hands. Can you see damage? There, somebody smashed my hand. I remember. I'm not gonna tell you who was, but my hand was smashed with a hammer at some point. Can you see it? They broke my whole hand. This is my right hand. They didn't want me to write or something like that. Look, let's not gonna judge who did that, but they did to me. I still think she's perfect. Well, I call she. Different of this one. Can you see this one? You might call perfect. This one is perfect as well. It's mine. You see, they have been trying to murder me, to prosecute me for a long, 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 long time. I'm still here. And doesn't look like I'm going nowhere. Especially now when I'm learning stuff every single day. I'm reading, practicing my own stuff, Meditate, pray. When I say meditate, is you don't have to close your eyes and go "Ooh," like the how do you call again, the Buddhists, something like that. I can't even remember the religion, But it means silence everything and silence your mind. Sat in a chair and just, if you want to close your eyes. It's up to you. Do whatever you want, But silence at least for 10 to 20 minutes, And then you can put your shit on, whatever you want to watch, Drink a cup of tea with a lemon, you know. Have some faith. Faith is nothing to do with the religion. Faith is to do believing in yourself, in the universe. The universe is, when you are in tune with the universe, there is nothing that she won't do to get you, in progressing spiritually in this life. And that means money as well. Well, okay, which is your God in this physical reality. This is your goddess Zilda, the Conceicao, talking to you, okay? So I want you to thrive, I want you to be able to love yourselves unconditionally, Concentrate what is good in life, because they will throw at you anything, anything that they can possibly throw at you when they know you're on a spiritual path. Trust me, they will, but you are a spiritual warrior, not even a warrior, a conqueror. Warrior is somebody that have to worry a lot. Yeah, worry a lot and fight a lot. Now you are conquer. You have already conquered what you came here for. See yourself as a goddess, as a god. Because apparently, according to some books, we were created in her, imagine. So therefore, we are gods and goddesses. Claim your throne. Don't let anybody say that you are not worth it. Don't let anybody say that you need them in order to communicate with the Most High. She doesn't need an interpreter for you. You are not living in a country when you are going to her. In certain countries, if you don't speak the language, you need an interpreter. She doesn't need an interpreter to communicate with you, and therefore you with her. She listens to you all the time. Telepathy, telepathy. You know, that's the language. And this is me, giving to you, what I know, my own experience and my truth. You might have other truth, but this is my truth, you know. Never think that you are something that just came over here to grow up, um, procreate, get old, and die. No, that's not your purpose. And that's because I do love some of you, okay? I'm not going to sit here, oh, I love all of you. No, some of you are worthy love, because some of you have been brutalized, marginalized, discriminated, by this psychotic system, which is run by black magicians. But magicians, they just perform illusion. It's illusion, concentrating is supernatural, which they cannot manifest. They don't have this power. They never have. They never will. Remember, your own book says that Satan cannot create anything. Everything that he has, he steals from the Most High. Okay, in your own book says that. And some Christians says that, in the book says that as well. Whatever. Mwah.